Well, yeah, thank you for joining today. We've got a great opportunity to hear about a customer's journey, and we've got Rodrigo Molina from Stratasys here to talk about their journey of what they I guess first being introduced to our technology, and then the past year and some unique challenges. My name's Ed Kubiak. I'll be kind of leading and guiding the chat, but really hats off to Rodrigo, who's doing the lion's share of the talking today. And I'm part of Tulip's enterprise sales team and help our customers, realize their use cases and visions with the Tulip product. And Stratasys happens to be a customer of mine, so happy to have Rodrigo here and sharing kind of the vision of what Stratasys is, what they do, and how they've used Tulip over the past year. So I'll pass it off, Rodrigo, for you to introduce yourself. And you're on mute. If you, I think we muted
Very
you.
happy to be here, Ed. Thank you for the invitation, and I'm looking forward to a very good discussion. Just to give you a little bit of background, I lead engineering operations in Stratasys for the FDM technology area. My team overall is responsible for the manufacturing excellence for our products, FDM products. We build printers, but also we build 3D printed filament material. And we have a team that the responsibility is to enable the manufacturability of new exciting printers and new materials that are coming up. Overall, for those of you that might not be familiar with Stratasys, we have a full portfolio of printers that can fulfill many needs, from rapid prototyping, from aerospace applications, medical applications, and in many ways scaling up manufacturing applications. So there are many exciting opportunities that we have been overall helping our customers to grow with. One of the I really appreciated this invitation because I think that we have Tulip and Stratasys have some synergy, and I would say the key word is innovation. Our founder, Scott Crump, he actually great entrepreneur. He did not just found a new company. Actually, he created Stratasys, which built up a complete industry. We're very proud of innovation. We challenge ourselves. We're on our way to become a $1 billion company. And in this journey, we have been empowered by a nation of entrepreneurs. So the team gets stronger and stronger, and we are really, as innovators, we challenge ourselves, and to be talking with another company which are also innovators is really exciting to me and to us. Overall, we have a global footprint. Our headquarters are in Minnesota and also in Rehovot, Israel. I would say we like different type of weathers, from the Midwest weather to a very beautiful weather in Israel. But also we have a global footprint with partners, distributors, and actually new companies that have been joining us. For us, really quality is everything, and we believe that that's one of the reasons why also top brands are working with us. We're very proud of that. We're very humble about it as well, and again, that's I believe is one of the reasons why we're talking today, is because we're always exploring, we're always looking to ways of challenge ourselves, how we can be better, and I think that some of our top all customers appreciate, and that's something we're very proud of. How we help our partners or customers? Well, let's put it this way: we 3D print excellence. Either we build the 3D printers that it helps great minds to come up with new things, or new products, new markets, or at the same time we allow you to have best quality filament material, so for you to create new things. So we're everywhere, from aerospace, from extreme sports, from you name it. So we're very proud about it. we for us, again, we enable success of our customers. And so for us, it's sizing to opportunity, not from our standpoint of view, it's actually from the standpoint of view of the customer. We know that we enable creativity, we enable new prototypes, we enable new manufacturability. So for us, we're very excited to talk and work with, with all customers, and we're excited that in a way we through this journey we get that's a glimpse of what the future is. It's very exciting for us to be appreciated as a company that enables the future in many ways. So again, for us, it's a through this journey. I think that it has in a way help us to understand what Tulip is about, and that's something that I'm happy to talk about and share with the community. For us, we have different customers, all with different quality requirements, which push us to do operational excellence, to really apply higher standards. And recently, we have actually had uh, a very good um, growth, I would say, in the medical devices industry, in the healthcare community, and which, in a way, for us is very exciting, because we enable frontliners, doctors, hospitals, researchers, and so on, or new medical devices to come up with new products faster. And we know that it requires higher levels of standards, and that challenge us. So it pushed us to look around to see how we can do it better, how we can go beyond Six Sigma tools, how we can go beyond what is out there. So in that journey, it helps us, it helps our customers, and in this particular area, for us, it's very humbling.
So yeah, you touched on it a little bit, Rodrigo, but can you get into kind of your team and in your role within the innovation culture within Stratasys on how you support? I know you support the enterprise, right, and across different groups within Stratasys. Can you talk a little bit about your role, your team's role in supporting that culture at Stratasys?
No, absolutely. Well, in our case, we're proud to represent or lead engineering operations for FDM technology. For those that might not be familiar with the terminology, FDM is fused deposition modeling, and our founder actually invented this technology, and in a way, it's the father of 3D printing. So for us to represent engineering operations is a responsibility that we take with passion, and we have three main teams where in one area we have the team that supports systems, 3D prints, 3D printers, and some all ranges from a couple $1,000 to a $500,000 printer. At the same time, we have a team that manufactures 3D printed filament. And we also were the transition between the research and development and new product introduction. So um, we really have an important role, and for us it challenges us. So the culture of the company is an entrepreneurship company, um, by birth, if you will. But we push ourselves to evolve, to change, and that's something that we're very proud of.
Great. And can you take us through that journey about when you started thinking about digitization and workstations to enhance manufacturing, and kind of how kind of your first experiences and exposure to Tulip?
Oh, sure. So actually, just to give you a little bit of background, so the Stratasys actually has historically had a very strong digital infrastructure, which is very, it has given us some strength. Um, in my journey, I had the opportunity to work for Honeywell, also T Connectivity, fantastic companies with great digital architectures. And through that, through my career, I was exposed to Tulip. Once here, I joined Stratasys. It was almost uh, an opportunity for us to, on one hand, to merge different type of um, experiences, and we really wanted to benchmark. We wanted to improve what we have, but at the same time we wanted to benchmark what is out there, so we could actually again provide better quality to our customers and partners.
And what were some of the challenges that if you think back to your when you first started working with Tulip, what were some of the things you were facing and looking to solve at the time?
So that's a very interesting question, because for us, we wanted to benchmark the best out there. I'm not going to mention the Tulip's competition, but they're very good platforms actually. So we really did an assessment, and in that journey we wanted to actually deploy Tulip in a stage approach in an area. We wanted to get familiar with Tulip, and in that process actually we were already familiar with we knew the capabilities of Tulip, but the process of actually piloting the Tulip started enabling some other ideas. So initially we wanted to pilot, we wanted to get familiar with the platform, and through the process, different ideas or different opportunities came up.
And one of the things that happened, I think where everyone on the call can agree to, is that the global pandemic with COVID-19 changed the way all of us worked. And so and we'll get to kind of a specific use case here in a couple of minutes, but what kind of I guess I don't know if you can share with us just kind of what kind of issues did you see just from a day-to-day operational keeping manufacturing sites open and things like that. I guess let's talk to that side before we dive into the other side of, what did you see happen, you know, with Stratasys and with your manufacturing facilities when, COVID first hit, last the beginning, or I should say earlier this year.
Oh, sure. Well, just like for many companies, probably all companies, we were challenged to obviously we had the responsibility to as an essential business to keep providing our products, but at the same time, our operators are number one. So safety challenged us to actually we had to divide the factory, do many things that probably many other companies have done, and as a result of that, we the key thing was on one hand to be fast, flexible, agile, and still delivering with high quality, and so it really challenged us. At the same time, we, mm, we were actually it kind of sparked a couple ideas. I mean, in many areas, as a company, the company started doing a fantastic job providing support to many customers. But for us, it really challenges to be flexible.
In moving forward, this is a, just a screen capture, right? But is that, you guys were in a unique position that it wasn't just the challenges of COVID, but some opportunities to help came out. And so, maybe you can take us through, kind of like, I guess what this slide really, goes to show, right? Which is, here's your one of your printers you manufacture, at a Ford facility, but just the being in this unique position of, the innovation and the technology that you provide, and kind of this unique opportunity to help out, and maybe some of the challenges that came along with that.
Well, for us, I would say it's very hard to describe with words that feeling. For us, is very meaningful, and I would say that made the company to endure, because at the same time we had that we had the responsibility, and we saw all the great things that our customers and partners were doing. So. In that effort, we needed to be creative. We needed to be creative to keep the supply chain, and for us to see these type of images. I gotta tell you, I'm sure that it's just not just from my perspective, but it really means a lot to everyone in the company. And again, talking talking in terms of really the people that makes this thing happen is our operators, is the people that is in the front line, just like this gentleman right here in the image. I mean, we don't know who they are, but it's amazing that they were going the extra mile, or operators were going the extra mile, or engineers really. And so for us, we knew it was very exciting on one hand, very meaningful to see that we were helping. Uh, at the same time, we were thinking how we can help more, and and that was challenging. But again, back to the mentality of being innovator, to be an entrepreneur. We push ourselves, and to see other people pushing themselves obviously helps.
Yeah. And you know, and it's funny, and we've talked about this many times, you know, in running up to this, and in just, you know, in business, doing business over the past year. But you know, I guess, you know, if you can walk through, I guess, you know, the opportunity, you know, specifically, and I think we'll get to that too. I don't want to give too much away here, but you know, was to you guys had the technology to manufacture PPE, you know, with your printers and your resins and products, you know, and you had machines, but you know, you had a unique challenge of, you know, you guys aren't a manufacturer, right? Or you're not a manufacturer of PPE, right? So you had, you know, had to kind of repurpose a workforce to take advantage of this opportunity to help. And you know, maybe you can talk through a little bit of how, you know, look, seeing already using in Tulip for you know, in one part of your production operation, you know, how did Tulip help you, you know, overcome that challenge of, you know, having machines, having workers, but not necessarily workers trained on, you know, operating those machines to manufacture PPE. You know, can you talk through a little bit of how, you know, we you know, worked together? I want to say we did it because it was really a collaboration of Tulip and Stratasys solving that problem for you. Can you maybe walk us through that a little bit?
Well, for us, we had a very unique opportunity. As a Stratasys, we had or Stratasys direct manufacturing, um, printing thousands and thousands of PPE. Um, in our case, and we knew that many of our partners were doing the same. In our case, it was very interesting because we were building the printers that enable that, right? And and for us, it was I I would say um, there are I'm gonna call there is a Latin proverb that it says fortis fortuna adiuvat, which means fortune favors the bold. And in our case, we were in this process of doing a pilot, doing different things. Uh, we 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 saw that the company was doing fantastic things. Our team in our one of the main manufacturing facilities wanted to also help. So we knew some of the capabilities by then, of many of the capabilities of Tulip, and one of those was really to really enable us to to solve a problem or a challenge. One of the challenge we had is that we really wanted to keep these printers 24/7, and in an environment when really it's hard to predict who is going to be available, or because things change. Um, Really to have the ability to deploy new work instructions or a new devices or new ways to help um, a faster training or a faster let's say a faster way to keep those printers going. For us, it was a natural thing to explore. So we knew that we didn't know how many people we had trained to keep the printers going, but we knew that we had a tool that could give us a very good chance to enable anyone really to keep those printers going.
Right. So you kind of extended the functionality of your workforce, if you will, through, you know, kind of augmenting, you know, their capabilities with the Tulip platform.
Absolutely, absolutely, and that's um, I, I mean that's one of the strengths too, is that enables flexibility. And again, in our case, it was that interesting situation where we knew that our printers were printing magic, if you will. I mean, helping the I mean millions of thousands of people. I mean, the hospitals and so on with PPE. But for us to see, we have these printers, how we keep them going. It really requires to be flexible and agile. It requires I mean, we have a new paradigm, new challenges as from obviously safety first, but flexibility and adapting to new environments is something that definitely you need to have if you want to be a top company, a top manufacturer. And in this case, it really sparked. It's hard to say just one application because it has sparked many things. But really, if, it's something that for us it helps us to adapt quick, and keep optimizing the way how we were doing things.
Yeah. Well, and I know we have a few, we have a few slides and screenshots. Why don't you, walk us through, kind of what you did there. How Stratasys rose to the occasion, um, to help supplying, PPE in a time when it wasn't readily available. And, and then I think we've got you can, go in and show us a little bit about the app that helped you do that. So maybe we'll hand it off to you to kind of walk us through, a few slides on that.
Yeah, sure. So, well, in for Stratasys, we had this great manpower of a Stratasys direct manufacturing. They were really going above and beyond manufacturing in our main manufacturing facility for the printers that you see, FDM technology. um, we require this flexibility to really enable someone to quickly start um, keeping these printers going. And so in our case, it helped us to know that we had another tool to enable someone um, to learn a new skill quite quickly, and at the same time be able to support the graded effort that you would see people were doing.
So in reality, you guys took your inventory of printers and print material, resins and things, and stood up a factory to, start making face shields.
Well, we were manufacturing the 3D printed part of the face shields, and we knew that it was important to keep the supply chain going. So um, it was just one of those um, very fortunate situations, I would say. Or it's hard to say it is where you had that ability to be flexible and to be able to do something that perhaps otherwise you would have done it with more challenges, or maybe it would have been not been possible.
Great. And just quick look at, so were you manufacturing the two pieces of this, or
No, what you see, the visor, the top part,
yeah.
so where you see the Stratasys logo. So that was the key component that our factory was providing, and then we had our other partners integrating this and distributing thousands I guess the complete PPE package to hospitals and people that really needed it. So yeah, no, we kept those printers going. We knew it was important, and it's something that we're very proud that we were able to help somehow.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. Um, and I guess I'd ask, can we jump in and can you show us again, Tulip's the app platform. Can you jump in and walk us through and show us the app you built to help enable this?
Yeah, sure. Well, the team built this up, and it was a very unique experience because uh, we wanted to make it obviously um, effective. I mean that you don't want we're talking about I mean 3D printers uh, that have some level of um, requirements. So we 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 were able to define the instructions and in a way that could be actually flexible enough for really for someone very experienced with a 3D printer, or for someone that maybe was not familiar with at all with it. So one of our engineers actually build up the app that you see in the screen, where we had the ability to do some machine monitoring. We had the ability to see um, KPIs that were very meaningful for us. Keep the printers printing PPE, and so it was very fortunate that we had again we were in this pilot, right, and then things really changed for everyone, and then we were able to set up um, what we're sharing right here. So it was very fast and efficient for us to put it together, and really enable us to solve one of the challenges of well, you have these great tools, great printers. How do we make sure that anyone can actually be able to actually get a job done, or get a 3D print done? So that was actually the process for us, and so we tested really many things. Obviously, we wanted to make sure that we had traceability. We wanted to make sure that human factors were considered. So it was not just on one side the work instructions. Yes, that was very important, but the process of building these apps really helped us to get a little bit more creative, and so it was a process, and it was a fast process. Actually, we had to be, if we wanted to help. So again, it's for us, it really enabled us to know that we had a flexibility on, let's say, on someone that perhaps was not familiar with a printer, to just get it done.
No, that's great. And you talk about that. I mean, time to value is huge for a lot of our partners and customers. And how how much time or did your team and two things I guess I'd like to pick out of that, right, is time to value, and then that it was a team, right? It wasn't just you. It was the team that put in the value there. But how much time did your team spend in creating that app?
Well, the really it was all the team. I would say it was very little time at the same time. I mean, not to diminish the great effort. So that's the beauty of it, that we were able to keep manufacturing. I mean, this was something we did with on the go, if you will. I mean, for us, we had I mean, this opportunity to also work with you guys, and to that actually were helping us in the process. But it was very fast. And again, it's a different. It was very meaningful at the same time. So Um, in terms of how long we invested on it, I mean, I don't want to diminish it. Is that we didn't. It does not require it that much, and that's the beauty of it, because then you're gonna start using that time on refining um, the version of the app. So I would say for some, for in terms of getting something usable that would meet requirements, very little time. And again, but that's the interesting thing of I would say for in the case of Tulip is that it starts enabling other questions, and it kind of start making you wonder, maybe I could do this for this type of application and that type of application. Um, so it depends. so
Yeah.
for so for that particular application, it was a great effort of the team, fast effort, but we kept going.
Yeah, no, that's and that leads me into the next question, right? Which is what I wanted to hit on, which is that, it's that agile methodology, right? Which is that ability to deliver, the first application in very quick time to value, but also, with using the Tulip platform, and being able to iterate and be agile and continue to develop and add functionality and release those apps. I guess, can you talk through a little bit? And I know you touched on it, but, how have you, since that first, hey, pivot, and, we're going to solve this problem, how did, I guess, how have you further, done cycles to, improve the operations and the apps? How have we helped you, kind of dig in there and use that methodology to help you guys move that forward?
Right. In our case, again, it's a tool. It's a tool. It's a platform that enable rapid deployment with great traceability, great quality. So it's and so through this journey, the more we were getting familiar with the app. There were more opportunities for us to say perhaps we can do this, or perhaps we can do something else. Also, it, it goes a little bit beyond. Then you start thinking not just work instructions. Then you start thinking really quality requirements, traceability, limbs, if you will. So it really sparks different type of discussions. And again, when you have a tool that it is codeless, that is very flexible, it has helped us to challenge ourselves to come up with better solutions or potential solutions to really manufacture better.
What's, I guess, kind of what surprised you, or were there any surprises as you went through that process? And I'll kind of combine these, get two questions here, but, what surprised you as you went through it? And then what do you see, we've touched on this a little bit, but what do you see as the future, right? Where do you go from here? So, kind of roll that in, like, what surprised you, and kind of where do you see yourself and Stratasys going with this in the future? And then I think we can probably get into um, some Q&A.
Sure. Well, I would say for our generation, in a way, it makes you realize that you need to be flexible, that you need to be fast, that you need to be agile. It really goes beyond the agile manufacturing concept. It really, you have to be. And then what it really surprised me, it was not just how flexible the platform is which of course I find it impressive. It was that it sparks creativity, and that really enables something that is it really allows your operators, to really the people that can make things happen, to give them an added capabilities to make the job better. So in that process is really what it really surprised me is the creativity of of the because you know you have something flexible, you know you have something that can be quickly deployed and it can evolve from there. uh, so the creativity surprised me, but at the same time is really it really makes you go through the process. It makes you go through the perspective of the operator of who is manufacturing this, and we happen to be in a three-dimensional world. And then the Tulip helps with the transition of meeting requirements of getting the job done in a way that has the highest standards. So then to go through that process is also, it does surprise you because you get to know a different way to perhaps allow your operators to enhance their capabilities. So overall, it's just the creativity and and then the more you get familiar with it, you know it gives you flexibility. So and that's a very important component for an innovation company or for a company that really needs to scale up fast and you don't know the future. So really to know you have a tool that can prepare you for uncertainty is great, but also to see again back to what surprised me, really to see that it really starts getting people to have I don't know, new thoughts, or saying maybe we can do this way. That that's an unexpected benefit, and it helps with quality and everything overall.
And you know, to kind of build on that, and what do you see, you know, for the future with Stratasys and Tulip, and you know, I know some of the things we've touched on, you know, are, you know, things of, you know, vision of a connected worker and things like that. Where do you see, you know, Stratasys's use of Tulip and the platform to help you, you know, kind of continue to solve problems and challenges that you guys face in you know, all over in operations and production?
Well, first of all, I foresee a lot of success for Stratasys. We know we have a very bright promising present and future, actually. So that said, we know that we need to work with we need to enable or manufacturing or supply chain to be prepared to uncertainty, to be prepared to have the flexibility. So what I do foresee that we are going to keep investing on quality. I foresee also that maybe it's a personal appreciation. I would say that the concept of the augmented operator is something that I would say Tulip has done very well. It's something that I hope that is something that it will continue to grow and benefit many industries, because I have been fortunate to work Honeywell, to be in connectivity, great automation, great digital factory platforms. But I would say what I foresee, again, my perspective is that um, the next milestone is we're doing pretty great with automation overall as an industry across. We're doing great with AI, and it's growing, getting better and better. What I hope and what I do foresee is that the concept of the augmented operator will continue. It's beyond strategies. I really hope that, because it enhances your products. It's there are cost savings. Enable us to adapt to uncertainty. So on one hand, for the Stratasys, I foresee a very bright future. And again, as a whole, I foresee that that this is gonna be another dimension that is gonna enable not just Stratasys, but many companies to take the most out of their workforce, to make them flexible. It's you don't want to be in that situation where you know you can help, but you might not be able to. So I foresee that that would be that's something that i- is very feasible.
Yeah. No, and I've got I've got a slide thanking and recognizing your team that we'll go to, but I was going to say before we even go there, or let's go there now. I mean, just you referred many times to, this wasn't a single person, effort,
Of
right?
course. No, thank you very much. I mean, this is definitely a team effort. Really great. Kudos to Jason Chavez for keeping the printers going, building up and up very fast. Unbelievable. Jason Gunnelson for doing above and beyond high scale or scale and division, keeping this whole effort efficient, smooth. So, and really the Tulip team. So many people from the Tulip team. I mean, Zara, Jen, is a great team. It I just have words of appreciation.
Yeah, great. And then we've got some great questions here I'd love to dive into. And so see, it doesn't okay. So from Lawrence, like it kind of keeps changing on me, but I see, first question here, is it possible to share, how the Tulip application helped Stratasys specifically? How did it help save resources, time, human hours, material?
In our case, it was the flexibility to be able to have someone not trained to be able to print some of these PPE. Um, Overall, that was just one of the applications. Overall, we have been um, deploying, testing the Tulip and in other areas where it has helped us to have a better understanding of our process, and also has enabled us to have additional mistake proofing capabilities. So those have been I guess like the two main ways how we have been benefit from Tulip.
So kind of decreasing your training time, and then decreasing actually the hours required and mistakes made in production. Yeah.
Exactly, and we're just starting the journey, and so far is a very good journey because it again allows to um, enhance our quality, uh, be more agile, and that's very important to us.
Well, and that leads right into the next question, which is, how does Tulip help with sustaining product quality?
It's that flexibility. It's that flexibility to be able to rapidly adapt, change. Um, let's say if there is updates and one new quality requirement, a new step in a work instruction, is that ability to be really fast deploying this type of um, I guess features, and overall is that ability to, it's not just it's not just work instructions. It's just that ability to, it goes beyond then you realize you have abilities to do audits, to have training, that you have this type of benefits. So is it's in many ways is how it really helps us. Again, the key things is that flexibility, that ability to know that it's a codeless platform, and that really you can dedicate more time on the thinking, and knowing that you have this tool that can allow you to capitalize faster.
And last but not least, question coming in here is, what's the Stratasys approach, or is there one to an internal education on creating apps using Tulip? Like, how are how are you seeing that this propagates itself throughout, throughout Stratasys? What's your approach there?
Well, in our case, we have been evolving in this journey. So um, it's it goes again, it goes beyond work instructions. We see it as uh, something that can enable us to deliver higher quality. And so if it's on one hand, we see it as a platform that can help us with manufacturing. At the same time, it's a platform that can help us to do other things. And so we're growing and we're starting in this journey.
And are you training folks internally and giving them access to the platform? Are you is your team, is the plan to just use your team to leverage the platform and build the apps out for the end users? How do you envision, kind of Stratasys consuming as you move forward?
Well, I would say one of the benefits of for people that might not be familiar with Tulip, one of the benefits of Tulip is that you have multiple ways to learn and about it. So that's something that uh, we know is available. We take advantage of it, and again, if we see an opportunity, we're applying the tool.
Great. All right. Well, again, I wanted to in wrapping up, those were the questions we had. I want to thank everyone for joining and listening in. And if you had any follow up questions, we've added links there for LinkedIn to both myself and to Rodrigo. If you had some follow up questions, or wanted to get in touch with either of us. And again, my gratitude and thanks out to Stratasys and Rodrigo for taking the time with us. And I'll hand it back to marketing here if there's any other words, or we can wrap this up. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you guys so much for sharing all the knowledge today. Just so everybody's aware, we will be sending out the recording and following up an email, so you can also respond to that if you have any questions. So thank you guys and have a wonderful rest of your day.